All right, it's another Sunday fun day live stream coming at you out of nowhere. The Cryptic Collectors. Oh my God, Joe!
Oh my God,
Joe! Give me that countdown, dude.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Get over here! Hi, I'm martial art master Daniel Pacino. You know me as the original Johnny Cage, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Reptile, and Smoke. You are tuning in to NerdCage Live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Don't miss an episode or you'll get caged. So let's finish him.
NerdCage Live and gaming are a perfect match.
Shoot the J, Joe.
Okay.
Shoot it!
All right.
Over on NerdCage Live on Twitch, Jay and Joe go live.
Call me Bazooka Joe.
It's all about you.
Kaboom!
Playing both old school and new school games every Tuesday night. Ooh, what a sight!
Jay, stop looking at her face and run.
But she's so beautiful!
So be sure to follow NerdCage Live on Twitch.
Run for your life, Joe. Run for your life, Joe.
Running.
Run faster! Oh no, Joe! The galaxy's doomed because of you!
To scratch your gaming itch.
Oh, nice kick, Joe.
Thank you.
Yo, that's diabolical. Wait. Yo!
That's twitch.tv/NerdCage Live.
This is Anthony Marquez, better known as Kung Lao for Mortal Kombat. Make sure to like and subscribe to NerdCage Live. Be there. Us.
After 3 years of running NerdCage Live, we hit our milestone of 1,500 subs. So, Joe, you know what that means?
It's giveaway time.
Yes, we will give away the Xbox Series X to one lucky winner on Thursday, May 18th, during our live stream with Fist Vegas and Shaquille Oatmeal.
U.S. and Canada only.
Send an email with your full name in the subject line to nerdcage@outlook.com.
And if you screenshot sharing the channel using hashtag NerdCage Live on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, we will give you a second entry.
You have until 11:59 p.m. Standard Time on Tuesday, May 16th to enter.
We will pick the winner live and we will email the winner, and you have 48 hours to reply back with your full shipping information or will be forced to draw again.
The 2 Amazon cards will be emailed electronically. Share, like, comment, and good luck, NerdCage Nation.
Hi, I'm Leah Montalongo, the OG Sindel. Please like, subscribe to NerdCage Live.
Finish him. I am Shao Kahn. Bow to me. Feel the power of Shao Kahn.
That's right, NerdCage Nation. Mark your calendars for Thursday, May 25th at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time as Brian Glenn, the original Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat 2 and 3, guest on Cage Live.
Greetings, citizens. You're now trapped in the nerd cage. We hope you have a smashing good time.
You're now about to witness the strength of geek knowledge. Hello and welcome. That's right. Once again, it's a Sunday Fun Day night, and you are trapped in Nerd Cage Live. This channel is a celebration of all things pop culture, including urban legends that we may or may not talk about tonight. Please hit that like button and subscribe. I'm your co-host, J. St. G, certified geek, 7 days a week, coming to you live from yours truly, Syracuse, New York. And Josh Siobhan Paper's not here tonight. He's out, DJing for strippers tonight. But, you know him, always among us. He's our moderator and Trollhammer. Stronger than the DK Banana Slammer. You can't top it. You can't grab... You can't crop it. Like a B-52 bomber, he's gonna drop it. He's a Nerd Cage Live gaming prophet. It's Joe from FallenOne Gaming. Please introduce these fine, elegant gentlemen in our stream tonight.
Yes, tonight we have Ace Marrok and Crooked Lore of the Cryptic Collectors Podcast.
How's it going, guys? Coming right from you from Staten Island, New York. How's it going?
Nice.
How you doing, Crooked Lore?
Finally got me on this. Finally got me on the Nerd Cage at last. So now I can talk about Jay's
member of the
hatred for
community
turtles.
actually kills his face on live stream.
Yes, and Crooked Lore doesn't. His camera's not working, so you're gonna see the awesome Cryptic Collectors logo as his avatar. But we do.
It's not really my camera's not working. It's just if I show my face, I return back to the fifth dimension where I belong. And I don't hear that.
All right.
I, however, have seen what you look like in real life. I've seen the face.
And we
that's why
do
we're back to
apologize
the
if there's
fifth
any
dimension.
confusion with the live stream. Like, there's Streamlabs just had an update, and it doesn't let me put in the live stream I already made for whatever reason. But that's all good. But Joe, before we go any further, who do we got in the chat tonight?
In the chat, I remember seeing Shay Smithers, Spawners, and I believe it was one of your followers. Who was that again?
Joey Blankus.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Joey,
He's a
thank you so much for
fun
the retweet.
motherfucker. He's the biggest carnosaur nut that we know.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank you for being here. We definitely appreciate it.
I won't lie. I think the chat's more popular than we are right now.
Again, thanks for spending your Sunday with us. But some stuff to promote real quick, and then we'll let our friends promote whatever they got to promote here. But if you haven't already, and you want to look fly, get yourself a Nerd Cage Live t-shirt. We got awesome shirts, like this awesome Mortal Kombat Fatality one.
Get the shirt.
And this other Mortal Kombat Fatality one. And it's too dangerous to go alone, so make sure you grab this shirt as well. And, of course, another Mortal Kombat one. For you fans of the MCU, we have this one. Hopefully Disney doesn't take it down. Another Mortal Kombat Arcade Marquee shirt. This is our top-selling shirt. This is the regular shirt with the strength of geek knowledge on the back. We got, for those who don't have the power, wisdom, and courage to talk to women or guys, we got this awesome Triforce shirt. And for you kaiju fanatics, and I know you kaiju fanatics are out there. Hold on, let me get the sound effect. Yes, the kaiju shirt. Get that? And, of course, the most recognizable website on planet Earth.
Yes.
But make sure you're at least 18. Do not get this for your kids.
Yes, the greatest one-handed website of all time.
Do not listen to me. Do not get it for your kids. And if you do get it for your kids, make sure they don't wear it to school because I don't want this coming back on me. Okay? So
It's also the second greatest one-handed website of all time, right behind my Facebook page.
There you go.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this right now, you need to do us all a favor. Make a brand new Kickstarter for NerdCage Live to create a Jay Hates Turtle shirt. It'll sell millions of copies. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, Lord. We do have more shirts on the way, but here's what's cool about these shirts. You can get them in any size, any color, big or small. They go from small all the way to 5XL. So whether if you're a skinny booty call or a fat fuck, we love big or small. We love them all. We got you covered. They feel great. They smell great. They make your man breasts look massive. And like I said, you can get. They make them in ladies too, and they make hoodies and magnets and all that good stuff. So please check out our TeePublic. The link is in the description. And a small portion of that goes to us. So we appreciate that. And Joe, we have a lot of stuff to promote besides the shirts.
Hell yeah, yes we do.
All right, so Joe, tell them about the last couple streams we did.
All right. We did our video games that age well versus the video games that age badly. So make sure to check those out.
Tuesday,
we're going back to Metroid Prime Remastered on Twitch.
And on Thursday,
make sure to check us out there.
Twitch.tv/NerdCage Live. We're going to be going 8 o'clock Tuesday and Thursday because we're not going to do a live stream on YouTube this Thursday. Also, the Jill Sandwich Shop has been postponed. We'll have a new date up for you guys shortly. And then Joe,
Taicho got called into Umbrella, so.
Yeah. And Joe, tell them about the 18th.
On the 18th, we will be giving away our Xbox Series X as we do a live stream with Fist Vegas and Shaquille Oatmeal.
Yep.
And we will be talking about each game that we love from each decade.
Yes, the best game of each decade, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and 2010s. That should be a fun discussion. And finally, Joe, on May 25th, let them loose.
It's official. We have Brian Glenn, the original Shao Kahn, coming on to our live stream to answer all questions and talk everything Mortal Kombat.
Yes, I'm very excited.
Finish him!
Yes, the original Shao Kahn, Brian Glenn, bodybuilder extraordinaire, can't believe we tricked him into coming on the NerdCage Live on May 25th. Oh my God. You gotta understand, as a lifelong Mortal Kombat fan, I'm so goddamn excited. And please, guys, if you have questions, submit to us now. Joe, plug in social media where they can submit questions to us.
Alrighty, if you want to get us on Twitter or Instagram, both handles are @nerd_cage. Our link to our Discord is in the description, so become a member there as well. And our Facebook discussion group that is NerdCage Nation. We love everything you guys put up there. No spoilers, no politics, and for God's sakes, keep it civil.
Okay, so enough of us bragging about how great or not great our channel is. We have these really awesome gentlemen with a really awesome podcast that I'm a fan of. I've been listening. But let's give the floor to our fine gentlemen here, Ace and Crooked Lore. Guys, tell everybody about Cryptic Collectors, what your channel does, what your podcast does, where they can find you. Take as much time as you need, and just for the record, everybody, the links are in the description to all their where you can find their podcasts and their social media.
Thank you, Jay. So our podcast specifically specializes in talking about adaptations of several cryptids, urban legends, folklore that many people from all around the world. We discuss adaptations of them, whether it be movies, television, manga, anime, comics. Nothing is out of our reach for when it comes to the subject matter.
Yeah, and some of them are good, and a lot of them are really bad, really bad. Oh dear God, why are we doing this to ourselves, bad?
Yeah, we've certainly been suffering recently with our next episode we've been trying to get up. But as for areas that you can watch us on, of course, we are on YouTube, perfectly free for you guys to watch. We are also on SoundCloud, TSS, Spotify, and several other podcast sites. You can find those on our Facebook page. We have an entire linking to every single website we're on. Every episode that we upload every single link for you guys to enjoy. And currently we are at 3 episodes in. Our first episode, we talked about the Legend of Boggy Creek. Second episode was on Carve the Slipmouth Woman. And our third one, which we just did recently, was the found footage film, The McPherson Tapes. Very soon we'll be uploading we'll be working on our next episode based around the urban legend of the Black Eye Kids.
And let me just add that, again, I've been listening at work. I got caught up in all 3 episodes that they have so far. They're fucking funny, guys. Look, if you guys need a good laugh, like, I'm telling you, you're going to love what these guys have to say. Their chemistry is unmatched, and, you know, when you're having a bad day at work or you just want to escape from the miseries of reality, like, take a listen to these guys. I promise you will laugh. They are entertaining, and they do a really, really good job of, like, backing, like, the lore of, like, these urban legends and stuff that and the adaptations, you know, the adaptations that follow. So I'm telling you, like, they cover a wide spectrum of these legends and science fiction and all that good stuff. So it doesn't matter what your nerdum is, or if you just, you know, need something different, a different podcast, something different besides NerdCage Live, something different. I'm telling you, Cryptic Collectors is definitely worth checking out for sure. And like I said, I was excited to have these guys on. Not to mention, these guys are part of the NerdCage Live community. They're always there. We see them amongst, you know, the NerdCage streets. So we appreciate that. We're excited to have them on tonight.
Absolutely. And a big shout out also to me and Crooked's good friend, SippyVA, also known as Dan. He's, of course, our third co-host. He really helps out when it comes to our camaraderie. Unfortunately, he was not able to come tonight due to a little bit of traveling accommodations that he had to deal with, which is perfectly fine. He can easily come back on this show.
He just hates us
another time.
That's all that is.
Yeah, well, he hates us too. That's the other thing. But,
especially after the carved episode, I think he really hates us after that one.
Well, to be fair, like, we made him suffer on that one because he was mouthing off on that one.
He made himself watch it twice. He only needed to watch it.
Yeah, we had yeah, funny story. We actually the second episode we had to record twice because the first time we had a lot of issue with white noise, and he was wild on the first recording. He was wild.
What was amazing. If it wasn't for the white noise, I think it would have been great. But at the same time, we didn't talk about the movie. We complained about it.
We mostly did. We were mostly ranting, but it was still funny as hell. I don't regret us putting him through that though.
I mean, look at me and Joe, the hell that we put each other through, and the hell we put Josh, who's not here. He's, like I said, he's DJing for Strippers Night. We put our former co-hosts and co-hosts through the same shit too. So you guys are not the only ones.
Let me give you guys an idea of like how mad he was. He was gonna open up the episode like this. Welcome to Cryptic Collectors, the only show we tell you all about the story about the Slipmouth Woman, what this movie knows absolutely none about. He was going to start off just shouting and everything. Be fair, though, given the quality of that movie, it's not hard to see why he got mad.
Yeah.
Then what happened was we stopped talking about the movie and started talking about hentai adaptions of
Marrok and God.
That's right.
There is a lot of...
We also went really fucked up with that one because my favorite line from that video was that he said when he was describing how the Slipmouth Woman goes, he goes, it's the card version of COVID-19. I'm like, damn, dude.
I know. I said this is the weirdest anti-COVID movie I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my gosh! Like I said, that's just a small sample. Glorious. This is just a small sample of what you can get on Cryptic Collectors. Again, check them out.
It's wild. If you really gotta have, for any of you who have a very sensitive sense of humor, then I'll admit this show is probably not gonna be for you. But if you're like us and you really like horrible sense of humor, you want to try anything crazy, give our show a watch.
Yeah, like I said,
I
these
do
guys
have to
let their
say,
nuts
it's a-
hang. You know, we hang our nuts here. They hang their nuts on Cryptic Collectors. That's the kind of attitude they have. You gotta love it. By the way, I see Rafe and Shoma in the chat. Like, holy shit, I'm flattered he's here.
It's the Crimson Weirdo.
I'm flattered because he's the dude that like doesn't he like do the artwork for what the fuck's that channel called?
Brennan Tunnel?
Yes, Brennan Tunnel. Yes. So.
Yes, and in addition, he works on. He also works with Branded Films on the MST3K versus Gamma Round 2 videos,
Which I still have not been invited to work on.
You've contributed. Don't start that shit now.
Uh-huh.
Which I will say also, I am also the voice of Crow T Robot on that show.
Why don't you?
Yeah,
Oh, no
of
shit.
course I have to. That's my job.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah. If you ever watch any one of those videos, which believe me, if you like making fun of Gamera J, and I know you do, you'll enjoy that. You'll enjoy that version of MST3K. We basically just try to riff through the other 3 Showa Gamera movies that MST3K never got the chance to do. And we were already on.
By the way, this whole thing.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Writing is right up there with the writing, in my opinion, is like right there with seasons 3 to 4. It's right around that time, and we're currently about around the time for to riff Super Monster, but our guy like Brayton Connor, he's still working on getting the edits for that one. Hopefully, he'll be able to give us some reports on that soon.
Excellent. Yeah, I love the
shout out to him.
Mystery Science Theater. Great stuff. I mean, yeah, I'd have to. Oh my gosh, like I guess that's one way you can trick me into watching the Gamera movie. So watching. I think the last time I watched a Gamera movie was when we did the watch party on Titan Goji Madol's channel. It was
Yeah.
What Gamera movie was it? It was a one.
Was it one of the Heisei films?
No, it was a Showa one. It was the.
How would you put yourself through that?
The one about the traffic, the one where we kept saying like traffic accidents.
Guiron.
Yes, that's
Guiron.
Destroy All Planets. I think it's also called.
Yep.
Yeah. I watched that like Buzz, your girlfriend, Wolf. Like what's so great about these movies? Like,
yeah, trust me. Watch the MST3K version. That one makes it even better.
All right, good to know. And for the record, I'm sorry. I watched all 3 of the Heisei ones. I still think they're the same to me. It's just a different polish.
It's strong.
But
yeah,
but from the same studio though. I'm a diehard Daimajin fan. Like, I love the Daimajin movies, and I did get the Yokai Monsters movie set. I haven't watched. I haven't watched the like. That's not. I shouldn't say new, but the newer one that was like in 2004, I think it was. That's part of the set.
Don't watch it.
Okay, I didn't watch that one yet, but I did watch the original 3 from the 60s. Personally,
yeah, those are great.
I think the second one's the most entertaining of the 3. But I think the story of the first one was the best, but the second one was far more entertaining.
Yeah, it's a weird way, because I think, like, if you look at it with the Yokai trilogy, is that the first movie is more confident, it's more straight-laced.
Yeah.
It's much more simpler in its execution, that's why it works.
Yeah.
The second movie is just fun. It's just over the top, and it's just having its way, and that's what makes it really entertaining, is that it's also focusing more so on the yokais as characters, as opposed to in the first movie where they were more of how they are in mythology, which is a supernatural force with unpredictable results.
And I also want to say I'm waiting for the U.S. release of the recent, I think it was from like 2019 or 2020, the recent Yokai Monster movie, because it has Daimajin in it.
Yokai War.
Yeah, I need that in my life. I want to see the new Daimajin so effing bad. So like
the design looks amazing.
Yes,
I love how it looks in that movie.
And like I said, it's no secret here. I'm the biggest like Daijin groupie here. Like I absolutely fucking love those movies, especially the first. The first one's the best one, hands down. And I've been pushing
potential live stream idea.
Yeah, you know what? I've brought that up to Davis. I mean, I know Toku Titan Cast is kind of going in a different direction, and he hasn't been doing, and he's been really busy with his new career and whatnot. But at one point, we talked. I guess I'm not stepping on anybody's toes, but behind the scenes at Toku Titancast, we've talked about doing Daimajin Watch Party. We just never got to it. But we talked about Daimajin Watch Party. I would love to do one at some point, whether if it's on NerdCage or on Toku Titancast. Absolutely would.
Now my question is this going to lead to a battle of which endings of a movie was better?
Oh boy.
What? There was multiple endings of the Daimajin?
That was a reference to the Frankenstein Conquers
the
World
yes.
video you guys did.
Oh God, that was good times right there. We still argue. Fine, you know what I'm really happy about, and I guess again more behind the scenes between me and Dave was here. So I guess recently there was like some Showa marathon on I don't know what channel it was, but they started showing they showed some of the Godzilla Showa movies, and they also threw in Frankenstein and War of the Gargantuas. I think it was
yeah.
What channel was it? It's a streaming service. What channel is that called?
I saw the.
God damn it! It's on the tip of my tongue. It's they released the Godzilla Showa set. What's it?
Criterion.
Criterion. Yes, it's Criterion Marathon. Yes.
Oh, yes.
So Davis finally surrendered to me. He messaged me and he's like, Jay, we watched the Criterion Marathon, and they had in the canon ending was the octopus, and I'm like, told you. I've been saying for the longest time that octopus is like the Sam Jackson of the Showa Godzilla universe, because he was in King Kong and he was in War of the Gargantuas, and he appeared in the same one appeared in the Frankenstein, and I feel like it ties the two Frankenstein movies together. So yeah, so apparently it's canon according to the glorious Criterion Collection. The octopus is the canon ending, which has always been like.
Personally, I'll go by the ending that Space Hunter M brought up, and I added to it, which I refer to as hashtag the dysentery ending. I'll let that speak for itself. A lot of in jokes there.
Yes. But yeah, I just, it's just, I don't know why, like, I've been pounding that ending for so goddamn long, and everyone just, like, I don't poo-poos that ending. I'm like, yo, I know it's so random to see that octopus appear out of nowhere, but in the grand scheme of things, especially going to War of Gargantuas, it makes sense. One, again, that same octopus was in the beginning of War of the Gargantuas, and two, how did was it Gyra? Is that the name of the Green Gargantua? How did he come to be if the fucking Frankenstein didn't get dragged into the ocean? Like, it makes sense. So
plus the octopus Udako got paid for his cameo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. As long as he got his money, that's what I care about.
Yeah. But
these kaiju actors, they pay for a lot for our entertainment. Even if they are just a poor octopus that they just shoved onto the set.
But yeah, talk about a journey.
Know what he was doing.
He gets his ass handed to him by King Kong and just goes away, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh, here's somebody I think I could beat, Frankenstein. Like yeah, that octopus was just waiting, And like I said, he's the Nick Fury of the Toho movie universe. I mean, it makes the most sense.
I'm imagining Udako was like got an eye patch and everything. He's like smoking a cigarette.
Oh, someone in the chat's gonna have to make some like fan art.
And Shoma, you know what you gotta do.
That's what I was kind of hinting at.
Now, you argue about what is the true ending to Frankenstein Conquers the World. I argue the actual name. Some say it's Frankenstein versus Baragon. Some say Frankenstein Conquers the World. I say it's a boy and his dog.
Why'd you have to bring that one up?
I don't know. I just like to say Frankenstein Conquers the World because it sounds cool, even though Frankenstein versus Baragon makes sense for what the movie's about. I just like saying Frankenstein Conquers the World. That just sounds cool.
Yeah, I just don't like that Baragon just appeared randomly in the story.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Because he was fighting Godzilla, that's what...
Yeah, and then he went after and tried to kill Mr. Ed. No, don't kill me, Wilbur.
Okay,
They're gonna take me to the glue factory.
Now, I want to shift gears just a little bit here, Cryptic Collectors here. Now, the episodes you guys have covered, so refresh my memory. The first episode was Bigfoot, right?
Legend of Boggy Creek, more specifically, based around
and then the
buck monster.
And then of course the crazy Japanese chick with the slit mouth. And then of course after that UFOs. So perfect segue. Joe, I know you're kind of chomping at the bit. If we were to you guys talk movie adaptation. What about video game adaptations? Would you tie to those 3 episodes?
We have considered doing video game adaptations. We're not sure about that, though, because for one thing, for each of us to play it, it would take a while to do unless it's a very short game. The other thing is it would have to be much more planned in advance. Like if we were to try to do it, and well, I think you could probably speak for yourself on this as well, but the only way we probably could have done it was like doing it in advance. Like it would have to be like three episodes in while we're already trying to play at the same time.
Actually, there is one video game I want to talk about just because it's really ridiculous. Now, Ace, you know this, or it's a Japanese urban legend. I think you know about it. It involves a yokai that takes off a trench coat, turns around, opens his butt cheeks, and reveals an eye where the hole is.
Yeah. Oh, boy, I just saw this like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, you told me about this one.
And they made it into a survival horror game.
Yes. The Curse of the Butt Eye, if I remember correctly.
Actually, there's 2 games that come to mind though that kind of tie in with the episodes you guys have covered. Not so much the first. So the second episode, the Slipmouth Woman. It's not really the Slipmouth Woman per se, but in Killer Instinct 2013, there is a character named
I know who you're talking about.
Hisako.
Yep.
And she is kind of based on like the Japanese horror. She's like a Japanese ghost lady.
Yeah.
So that came to mind when I was listening to your second episode, going into video game lore.
Yeah. A funny thing, actually, the video game's Fatal Frame, they actually do use a well-known Japanese urban legend called the 8-Foot Woman. And fun fact, the 8-Foot Woman is mainly known through the porn parodies of her.
As you've made it very clear on the second episode, you prick.
I just can't stop. It just bothers me so much how that's like the thing people know her from.
And sadly, she would have worked far better in the Carved movie.
Anything would have worked better in the Carved movie than.
Yeah, I know. That's who I kind of thought of. And then, of course, the next one's easy. So the third episode, you guys covered UFOs and probing and such shit. So immediately, the game that came to mind, Destroy All Humans, which recently
I love that series so much. I recently, about a couple months ago, I finally watched the trailer for the remastered version of the. Oh my god, the fact that they got that rock band, I am so happy because it works so fucking well with them.
I like the fact they got the voice of Invader Zim.
Oh wow!
He's the lead. He's the alien leader.
Yeah, so that's all. I just figured, there are video game tie-ins that came to mind when I was listening. So,
actually, to bring up another.
But I was going to ask, how much influence have you guys drawn from like Twilight Zone stuff of that nature? Because it seems to me like the show has a great premise of being like urban legend, like Twilight Zone was, but have a humorous commentary over it, and it almost seems like something that maybe if I don't know if the humor would work or not, but it's more of it's like almost like a Discovery Channel type thing. Like I can see it on there, you know what I mean? Which is a good direction to be going.
Yeah,
so,
mine is
an ancient alien, so.
Yeah, I was like, God damn, I was about to bring up, you motherfucker. Yeah, but that's kind of the style we went for because the way we decided upon it is obviously it was going to be humorous, but since this is based around a subject matter that not many people talk about anyways, we figured, let's inform while we're like making people laugh and also critiquing. because I feel like you need that's one of the reasons why I'm glad that we have a trio for doing this podcast, because you have a different array of people with different sets of knowledge on certain cryptids and urban legends that the other probably doesn't know too much about. Like, for example, I know like a good amount of like when it comes to UFO cases and about the third movie we were watching, the McPherson tapes. But on our second episode, our friend Sippy, he knew far more about when it comes to Japanese yokai, and him knowing a lot about the slip.
That's why he got so angry.
Yeah, well, and that's why he got angry too. But he, he was very knowledgeable in that too. And of course, I'm pretty sure when the time comes, we'll definitely be able to bring up a lot of great details on urban legend that me and Dan don't really know too much about.
Yeah, that's the thing. You guys have balance. You guys are like a Triforce of balance. You guys complement each other. Be sure to pick up the Triforce t-shirt, by the way, link in the description. You guys have like a
shirt.
Balance. Speaking of shirts.
It's funny you bring that up too, Jay, because there is an enemy from Ocarina of Time that's based around the Flatwoods monster.
Really?
That's true.
Yeah. I forgot the name of the exact creature, but if you look up Flatwoods Monster, Legend of Zelda, there is an enemy based on it, and I remembered it's either from Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask. But I want to say Ocarina of
Time. The ones that come out of the Lost Woods there?
Yeah, they're purple with yellow eyes, right?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that's them. Yeah, they were based around the Flatwoods Monster.
Yes. Speaking of Zelda, and I'm sorry going off topic again. Tears of the Kingdom comes out this coming Friday. Are you guys fans? Are you guys planning on playing it?
I hope. I've been recently trying to get back into video games and trying to work on my Switch. Once I save up enough money, hell yeah, I'm gonna play. Because I've already played a little bit of Breath of the Wild with my friends, and my God, this is video games that I love the most. I love full 3D video games like that. I love exploring. I love that type of genre of video games. And Legend of Zelda, like, for the most part, it's been a series that I've almost always loved and almost always had a lot of enjoyment for. So when it came to Breath of the Wild, I was like, man, like, I want more of this, and I'm so glad we're getting that with this next game.
Yeah, I'm excited. Oh my gosh! Thanks to Doomzilla in the chat, he sent me the link. But I actually jumped on the Walmart restock of the collector's edition, so my copy comes on Friday. Now, for the record, I hate to let our Twitch people down. We're not gonna play Tears of the Kingdom on Twitch. First and foremost, everybody's gonna be playing it.
You set outside about a year for that.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's gonna take months upon months for us to beat it. So if we were to play at the pace that because we only stream 2-3 days a week.
Yeah, we have to be 3 8-hour streams a week.
Yeah, so there's just no way, not to let nobody down. There are no plans to play Tears of the Kingdom on NerdCage Live Gaming on Twitch. But when I do get through the game, I'm going to release 2 quick rapid review videos. I'm going to give my first impressions and then my final rating after I beat the game, whenever that will be. But I do plan on playing it on the weekends. Any chance I get, I'll be playing it thoroughly on the weekends. And so hopefully I can beat it within a month or 2. But I can't wait to get into it. Very, very excited. Anytime there's a new Zelda game, it's like it's man-child holiday. Like I'm here for it. Like, let's go.
Hopefully, Jay, hopefully you won't end up like me pretty soon, where I'm going to be playing the entire collection of the original Mega Man series.
Yes. I need to get myself. Speaking of collections, I need to get the. I'm not the biggest Final Fantasy fan, but I want to get the Pixel collection of Final Fantasy, but the physical, not the digital. I want the physical release of the pixelated collection of Final Fantasy 1 through 6 on Switch. I need that. So
yeah, I'm waiting to get my hands on the remastered of Final Fantasy VII. I want that whole thing to be completed, because that's another game that I really loved, and I already loved 7 to begin with. So
yeah,
and I thought the remastering was great, and I really wanted to finish up the part 2.
You're talking remaster, or you're talking remake?
I meant to say remake, but I said remaster by accident.
Okay, because Rebirth is coming soon, and dude, that's going to be friggin' amazing. So
I'm hoping so. Yeah, I'm hoping so. That looks really good so far.
Absolutely.
So you might want to wait until they're coupled together.
Yeah, they'll do one of those. They always, like, Square Enix always been doing that a lot lately.
Yes.
Yes, Doom says Armored Core 6. Yes, I'm looking forward to that as well.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to a certain stabbing that occurs.
Also,
you know what I'm talking about, Joe. You know what I'm talking about.
At the Italian Senate? not that one?
Hey, as I stated before, Crooked, as a half-blooded Italian, I approve of our brand new mascot.
I think everyone approves of your brand new mascot.
Exactly.
Yeah, but as for me, sadly, all my money goes to artists around the world. I'm pretty sure I'm funding a lot of small villages by paying my artists.
At least you guys have artists to go to. we need like an official NerdCage Live artist.
Hey, we know some guys if you want a network.
Absolutely, yeah. We just made a new banner. Obviously because we had lineup change again. So like the banner you see now on all of our social media is obviously temporary. I did speak to Flavio Luciano, who's a very, really awesome Mortal Kombat artist. He also does Street Fighter. Anyway, I've reached out to him. But yeah, we have some ideas in mind, but we're always open to listen. If anybody wants to, reach out to us, we do want, new artwork for just a new banner. Not so much like we're happy with our logo and stuff like that. It's just for the banner on a YouTube banner, Facebook banner. Like we're looking to update that eventually.
Yeah, and doors always open for new talent. I mean, when it comes to artists, animation, anything you want to showcase and let us look at, we're all open to it. So.
Don't say that. You're gonna get a lot of anime porn that someone drew.
I hope so. That's what I'm looking for, right there.
You seem to misunderstand why I'm asking.
Oh no, we knew exactly what you're referring to.
Let's see. All right, so it's 9:00. We'll go a little bit longer. Obviously respect everybody's time, but it is 9:00. So we'll go for a little bit longer here. I don't know. Is there?
Yeah, I think we can go into what we do with all our first-time guests and just go with interests, where like favorite movies, favorite video games.
Yeah. So let's do that. So yeah, we'll go through that, and of course, if anybody has questions for our guests, please let us know. Joe will fetch your question.
Yeah, ask away, guys. So
let's
answer any question about the podcast or anything in general.
Well, yeah, we'll start with this. So Ace, we'll have you go first.
All right.
5 of your favorite movies. It doesn't matter what order. 5 of your favorite movies.
Okay, well, I could already tell you what my favorite movie of all time is, because that's an easy one. Brandon Lee's The Crow. Easily my favorite film of all time, and is probably the main drive that made me into the person I am today. It's what drives me to want to go into storytelling and filmmaking.
And also why he's very emo.
Hey, grunge, my friend. The term is grunge.
Yes,
a little bit of emo. Maybe a little bit of emo, but still. And let's see. Number 2 would be Schindler's List, another great film. Let's see. And number 3 would be Ikaru, a great film by Akira Kurosawa. If any of you want to watch classic Japanese cinema, please do yourself a favor, watch that film. It's 2.5 hours, but my God, is it worth it. It's a great slice of life story. Let's see, number 4, I want to say that was Blade Runner. Yeah, I want to say it was Blade Runner. And number 5, and funny enough, I was just rewatching this movie recently, The Iron Giant.
Nice. That's a good classic animated movie. All right, Crooked Lore, same question. 5 of your favorite movies, doesn't matter what order.
All right, the first one I'm gonna have to say is Dogma by Kevin Smith.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, mainly because it kind of inspired me to. It kind of showed me that I could write a serious setting, but still make it very comedic. Because you had the idea of angels. And for a long time, I even thought of you could actually do like comedy like this. Yeah, another one that kind of plays into that would be Paul.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah. I still absolutely love Paul. I love it because they're both the opposite kind of comedies. You have one that's about God and religion, and Paul is very much more of the sci-fi. Yeah. And the big one is I'm gonna say the first Deadpool.
Okay.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting choices.
Because Deadpool waited years to actually get a good adaptation.
Oh yeah.
And we didn't get that in Wolverine Origins, but then Ryan Reynolds kept on pushing, and we almost had a Deadpool animated series, but we didn't get it.
Yeah. How do you know? Question for both of you guys. Because I have my apprehensive. Deadpool 3 is on the way, apparently.
I'm kind of nervous about it, honestly.
So am I.
Mainly because they're making it a bigger deal than it should be, because the original idea apparently was they were going to make a road trip story with Deadpool and Wolverine, which sounded like it would have fit better.
Yes.
But now they're adding the multiverse into it and the Time Bureau from Loki. And that's just not Deadpool. Deadpool shouldn't be this big extravagant thing. Deadpool was just kind of Deadpool.
Now, Crooked Lore, don't kill me. I love Deadpool. I kind of like the second one better, and here's why.
I still like the second one too.
The reason why I like the second one just a little more because I'm a huge X-Men guy. Like X-Men's like my 4th favorite IP.
Right.
And honest to God, I think the second one feels more like an X-Men movie. Because there's more X-Men characters, especially the fact that they did a proper rendition of Juggernaut. And I just like the second one a little bit better just because it felt more like an X-Men movie.
And ironically, Juggernaut was also played by Ryan Reynolds.
Yes,
too.
that was Ryan Reynolds. What I liked
I still find it hard to believe.
Yeah. And Deadpool 2 still has a lot of great jokes, and I still love that, especially Peter. They kind of just flyer in the toilet.
Who's going to be the third
Peter,
one?
He just shows up. He said, "I saw this on the ad, and I wanted to do it."
You're hired. Blink if you miss it, but Brad Pitt's cameo. Blink if you miss it.
Oh my God, that was great.
I was in the movie theater, right? Next to my friend Bill. Bill, if you're out there, shout out to Bill. I remember watching the movie, and I was like, was that Brad Pitt? And he's like, I don't know. I was like, I swear to God, I thought that was Brad Pitt, real quick. And then I went back. Well, then obviously after the movie was over, I looked at him it was Brad Pitt.
But number 4 of my favorite movies. Batman Under the Red Hood.
Yes!
That's a great
Batman.
Batman.
That's actually my favorite.
absolute favorite.
That's my favorite DC animated movie.
Yeah, actually, I love it more than any of the live action ones. I think it's just one was that truly captured what Batman and Jason Todd really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think honestly the animated films, especially a lot of the Batman movies, are far superior to the live action movies. I'm personally, even though I love that Under the Red Hood tremendously, I still got to give it to Mask of the Phantasm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And honorable mention before I get to the last one is actually another DC animated film, All-Star Superman.
That's another good
wonderful movie. Yeah. Wonderful.
Yeah, and along with that, Superman versus the Elite. Actually, I think the anime movies did better for Superman than most of the live action ones.
That's fair to say.
Kind of sad when you consider that.
Yeah. But now the last one, I'm going to be a little obscure for you. My number 5 pick is a Chinese animated film called Zhang Zaya.
Based around Journey to the West, if I'm mistaken, isn't it?
Nope, not Journey to the West. Actually based on another Chinese fable.
Oh, yes. Wait a minute. Didn't you show me the trailer for this one?
Yes, I showed you the trailer for it.
Okay, yes.
Yeah,
okay.
Basically, imagine a Pixar film written more for a mature audience in a more serious tone. I imagine Puss in Boots without the jokes, the new Puss in Boots without the jokes.
All right. Now, guys, are you good? Is everybody good if we go to 9:30?
I'm good.
Yeah. Okay. We'll go to 9:30. So Joe, that brings us to the next set of questions. Same scenario. I want you guys to pick 5 video games. So start with you. 5. And it doesn't have to be video game specific. You can do video game series if need be, if it's a little easier.
Yeah. Okay. This is a tough one because this is I'm admittedly not the biggest video game guy like I used to be, even though I'm trying to get back into it. But I'll see if I can try to do my best to give up some examples. Let's see. So I guess for my first one, I would say Castlevania: Symphony of the Night.
Okay, nice.
It's classic, one of the best games for the PlayStation, and I have the Xbox version, and I still love playing it to this very day. And Castlevania series is one of my favorite franchises. And you better believe I'm going to watch the new Netflix show, because I cannot wait for what they do with Richter.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I'm really sad that, once again, Simon Belmont got shafted as badly as he's had for the past couple of years.
Well, I haven't watched the Netflix series yet, so...
Oh, dude, you need to.
I know. Everybody keeps getting on me about it. I will.
Yeah, I haven't watched it either. They don't. Do they use the same voice actors or no?
No, but I will say this: they're very faithful to the source material, and they really pulled the heartstrings.
Because I remember one of the voices was actually the voice of Chris Redfield from the original.
Yeah.
Evil.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So there's your Resident Evil tie-in.
Yeah, that's very true. That's a lot of them kind of started out that way. But yeah, I would definitely highly recommend you to watch the Netflix series, because it's a great ride through and through. Very faithful. Let's see. For my next video game choice, I'm going to probably go with, and me being the big Sonic guy here, if any of you guys have watched my other stuff, Sonic Adventure 2.
Good one.
Love that. Okay. Love that game to death. And it's honestly another one that inspired me as a big inspiration. Big inspiration to make a story. Make new stories and writing.
I think it's the last great 3D. I think it's the last great 3D Sonic game. Honest to God, they haven't done 3D Sonic right ever since.
No. I mean, I know a lot of people have been saying Frontiers has been doing great with that, which, I mean, from a writing perspective,
you mean
I don't
Sonic
think so.
Breath of the Wild?
Yeah, all over the place.
I will say, though, I am glad that going back to what made the early 3D Sonic games good by, adding this more Lovecraftian horror that Sonic fights instead of just repeating that.
Yeah, it's more straight-faced again, which is nice, but
I think people
they still got some weeks to go.
Yeah, people seem to forget the fun part about Sonic was you're playing a blue hedgehog fighting its eldritch horrors at the end of the game. No one
And
let's
Shay
see
has a
Sonic
question
fight
for you.
Cthulhu.
Oh, yo, Ace, you got a question.
Yeah, before you move on, I think this was from your last game. Shay has a question. He said, "What is a man?"
I'm just a little pile of secrets, but enough talk. How about you? Very nice reference.
I thought it was like a
Shay.
whole song about that.
Yeah.
Which I can't say to Disney, but still.
But to continue, my third choice, and this is another Sega game, Vector Man.
Yes!
How many people talk about that, but I'm a huge Vector Man fan, and I would love to see that game one day get remastered.
Yeah,
especially in
even
a full
sequel.
3D. Yeah, and a full 3D third-person shooter platformer. If we get something like that, I would be psyched to play it.
To add to that, another obscure Sega game that I think deserves another chance is Knights.
Oh, yes! Oh, definitely. I actually played, a while back, the Wii game, the sequel to that, and it's pretty good, honestly.
Oh, no, I didn't even know they had a sequel to it on the Wii, but...
Yeah, there was a
sequel. The problem is Sega, they focus on Sonic so much, they forgot about their other IPs.
Actually, what's weird with Knights, though, is they still use Knights for, downloadable stuff and all the Sonic games. It's kind of like how with Capcom, they use Morgan from Darkstalkers, but they won't make a new Darkstalkers game.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah,
it's really weird with that, and it's gotta say they get shafted like that. And actually, to bring up another Sega icon, this is not part of the list, but anyone out here remember Rystar?
Oh man,
you're now remembering now, right? That was like a long time.
Yeah.
That's a very underrated game on the Genesis.
Yeah,
it sounds like an insurance company.
Rystar
is there.
Yeah, but if you get the chance, Crooked, I recommend Rystar, because it's kind of the in-between of Sonic and Knights.
Okay.
And it has a very unique gameplay style. Basically, you're playing a star who is sent down by his mother, so to speak, to rid the world of a galactic force to destroy people's dreams. It's
That's a lot of pressure to put on a kid.
Exactly, but it's very unique, and I love playing that game whenever I get the chance. That's another game I hope to one day get remastered.
Yeah.
But to continue with the listing, in terms of number 4, I might say the Mario Galaxy duology.
Good one.
Because I am not necessarily like because as a kid I was more of a Sonic guy than a Mario guy, but I played Mario when I was a kid around the same time as well. For me, like the end all be all for Mario, like for me, like when it comes to it at its best, was always the Galaxy duology.
Yes.
Because I've always felt like that's when the gameplay was sharpened up the best, when it really felt not just like an adventure, but an epic of.
Yeah, I like Galaxy 2 more because of Yoshi, but I'm not. So I did buy the Mario 3D All-Star, and I was pissed it didn't include Galaxy 2.
Yeah.
I went and bought Galaxy 2 digitally on the Wii U. Before the Wii U shop went down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought it was asinine that Nintendo didn't include Galaxy 2 in the Switch.
Yeah, that was really dumb.
That was dumb.
Yeah, and well, the only thing that's more dumb than that is that we haven't gotten to Galaxy 3 yet.
Well, Mario Odyssey kinda is, just a little bit, but
but like it's really its own thing.
I think, honestly, guys, we will probably get Odyssey 2. Honestly, we're gonna get Odyssey 2 before we get Galaxy 3. Is my prediction.
Yeah, I'm picturing that too, to be honest. But I'm not complaining because, again, for when I have played of Odyssey, I enjoy it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let's see, and I guess for my final pick, this one's a little bit harder to choose from since there's a lot that I could choose. But just for my sake, just to bring up another franchise, I'll say, what the hell? I'll say Mega Man Zero.
Okay.
Yeah. Strange enough putting like a Game Boy Advance game on the list, but it's for me, like I've always viewed that as like my favorite era of Mega Man, because for one thing, I felt like that's when I think the gameplay was a lot of variety there alone, and also I felt that storytelling was at its best there as well. Because the Mega Man series I've always found fascinating because they've always gradually increased with how they tell their stories. With the original series, it was much more straightforward. Stop and eat mad scientist who wants to take over the world. Then when you get to the X series, it's more about war, it's more about racism and society, but even then it's not as overly complicated. And then when you get to Zero, which is basically a dystopic post-apocalypse, it's a lot of heavy stuff to go into.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I've always loved about the Mega Man series. It's always willing to constantly push the envelope more and more and more and more.
I've always been partial to X, but I think that's mostly because I'm, oh my god, I'm biased to that soundtrack.
I don't blame you, though. I mean, I love the X series as well. I think I just prefer the Zero series a bit more because it was able to balance storytelling, I think, even more so than that game did. Those games did. Although I will say this, though, rest in peace, Iris. That was... Now, despite how funny it is in the dub, let's face it, if you watch the subversion, it's a heartbreaking scene.
Oh, absolutely.
Ace, what are you even fighting for?
Don't start.
Those are all good picks. I like the fact that you're part of that era, the 16-bit classic era, 8-bit era. So definitely appreciate all those picks. Now, shifting to
I haven't played video games in a while.
Yeah, absolutely.
I haven't, but I still remember the classics I played.
You remember those. Like those nostalgic memories never go away. Crooked Lore, what do you got for your 5 games or game series we need to go there?
Alright, so just a heads up, a lot of them are going to be fighting games, but I'll start with the one that isn't a fighting game, Devil May Cry.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Dante's one of my favorite video game characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's a good one.
And then Capcom decided that they don't need all the things that made Dante appealing and just tried to reboot him. And then we might have made a mistake and start all over. Just like we did with Godzilla back in the 90s.
Yeah. And it's, I'm not surprised you picked Devil May Cry because all the like the demons and stuff you fight in that game, it kind of has that Cryptic collector's vibe to it. So I'm not surprised.
Right.
A good pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the next one is just because I'm kind of hooked on it for a while. Primal Rage. I used to love that.
Yes.
Thank you. You know what? I was.
Yes.
For those who were at last week's stream when we were talking about games that age bad, my feathers got ruffled because our co-host Josh picked Primal Rage. I'm like, are you kidding me? If anything,
Excuse me?
I'm like, if anything, that game has aged wonderfully.
Yes, it has aged wonderfully.
My only
I
problem,
love Primal Rage.
and I'll bring it up again, guys. My only problem with Primal Rage is I hate the fact you gotta hold the buttons down and then shift the joystick to do a special move. I hate that.
And I think
That
what
is
Josh was
annoying.
getting
I'll
at,
give you that.
I think what Josh was getting at is if you remade that in modern engines, it would look so much better than what it had when it was coming out.
That's because technology is advanced over the time.
Yeah, but at the
Like,
time,
that's-
they did the whole Ray Harryhausen thing. They used stop
Yeah,
motion
but the
claymation.
stop motion puppets adds to the charm of the game. The stop motion puppets adds to the charm of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It
the
was very
premise of
simple.
Like,
It was a
that
very simple
game needs to
concept.
come back.
So.
But excellent pick.
Yes, I agree.
Near dear to my heart
But-
for sure. Oh,
But what kind of reignited this love was I found out there was actually supposed to be a sequel to Primal Rage 2
Yeah.
that kind of exists.
yeah, it does. Galloping Ghost Arcade, Chicago, Illinois has it. It's the only.
Yeah.
By the way, not to get your hopes up, I think it sucks. I've been to Galloping Ghost Arcade several times. I always go there to play it just because of the novelty of it. I think Primal Rage 2 is terrible. I'm sorry. I tried.
So I am happy they finally got to introduce what was supposed to be the final villain in the original game, which was Necrosun, the dragon.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that was supposed,
he was a cool
supposed to
villain.
be the villain in the original, but they never got him done in time, which is really sad because he was a really cool designed character.
And real quick, Crooked, who are your mains in Primal Rage?
First off, I think everyone knows it's gonna be Sauron. He was always everyone's main. Him a Blizzard.
Okay, for me, it's Blizzard and Diablo. And shout out to Shaquille Oatmeal. He's on Twitch.
Diablo fan, yeah. Fucking bump it there, Jay. Love Diablo.
Yes, thank you, Diablo. But yeah, Shaquille Oatmeal, everybody subscribe to the Round 1 podcast, friend of the channel. We're going to be having him on the 18th. But yes, we had him on last week. We talked about games that age bad. And that was one of the things we talked about was Primal Rage. But yes, for me, Diablo and Blizzard, because fire and ice, I mean, come on. Plus, I always thought the Abominable Snowman was such a great, creature. So,
yeah,
I got a soft spot for the clowns. All right. So, CrookedLore, go on your next pick for your top 5.
I will say another character I played as was Vertigo. I just liked Vertigo's design. I thought the snake look was really cool.
Oh, yeah.
Vertigo's very unique.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And of course, a big one. I think everyone's played this. Super Smash Brothers.
Oh yeah, I may have played that game.
Yeah. And let's see, another one. Mortal Kombat. Obviously, that's a big one.
Yeah,
yes.
Of course.
Shameless plug, everybody. If you didn't hear the news, May 25th. I'll put it right up here. May 25th. Brian Glenn, the bodybuilder extraordinaire, will be. He's the original Shao Kahn for Mortal Kombat 2 and 3. Will be on NerdCage Live on May 25th, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Be there. Have your questions ready. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm going to try my best not to fanboy. Okay.
That's the quote. Well, Jay, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Is that your best?
Never!
Yeah, but when it comes to that in Primal Rage, I've been kind of interested in looking into video games that use stop motion in them to make a lot of the characters. I just thought it was just a kind of cool idea.
Yeah.
Because Goro and all the bigger characters in Mortal Kombat, they were also stop motion.
Yep.
Doom used a bit of stop motion as well. And then, of course, you had, this isn't part of my list, but you had the biggest one, Clay Fighters.
Yes.
I
love Elvis.
Clay Fighters.
Elvis. Don't mess with my hair, or watch the hair, man.
Yeah. And his weird level where it looks like there's just a giant dead Elvis in the background, which kind of bothered me a bit.
That was a goofy ass game.
Give me a bit of a jelly sandwich. I'll be across around here.
For a life of me, I don't know anyone that remembers Clay Fighters. I know the creators don't remember Clay Fighters.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, but number actually, honorable mention. I actually really like the Deadpool game and Mortal Kombat versus DC.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I like MK versus DC. I got a soft spot for it. I don't hate it.
Yeah, though they missed a great opportunity having Johnny Cage versus Booster Gold.
Oh dear God, that could have been unbelievable.
Yeah.
Those two chatting with each other. Oh God.
Here's the thing about Mortal Kombat vs. DC. It was the first fighting game to have a story mode, and so you got credit for that. I'm not mad about the lack of violence. There's some elements that need to come back. I'm sorry, going off on a tangent here, but they need to bring back the free fall combat. I love that. What I did not like was the close combat was stupid. I hated that, but the free fall was awesome, and smashing them through the walls, the test you might smash them through the walls was awesome. I think the game deserves another chance. People should go back and play it again. Also, I wouldn't mind a sequel like a MK versus Injustice, where they have the violence and more characters, more matchups. I think.
I was just about to say, like, maybe the Injustice crew could probably work on that, since they've really perfected DC fighting games in recent years.
Then also, one thing that kind of bothered me about Marvel vs. DC was kind of the voice acting for the Justice League characters.
Yeah.
A couple of them really weren't that great. There was a couple that actually I respected the fact that the woman that voiced Catwoman was trying to get the Eartha Kitt sound, but I just couldn't really take it seriously for that.
Yeah.
I also respect they used the Catwoman.
It was the last game that Midway ever put out before they went bankrupt and got bought out by Warner Bros. And became NetherRealm. It was like, so obviously they had limitations.
And the limitations are they're only allowed to do Injustice and Mortal Kombat. No other game. Despite the fact they own a ton of them, like Primal Rage.
Yeah. Hopefully NetherRealm can do Primal Rage, and I like I said, I think MK versus Injustice could be a possibility. I think it deserves. Like I said, I wouldn't be mad. Now, obviously, MK12's coming out, but I wouldn't be mad if down the road they re-explored the MK versus DC, whether if it's a sequel or just a different standalone. It is still technically
canon because they acknowledge it in a lot of the character interactions.
Yeah, they do. It's canon. Like Mortal Kombat 11 showed it was canon because that scene where Raiden gets the flashback from different timelines, you do see Liu Kang fight Raiden in MK vs. DC. So MK vs. DC is canon.
And in MK11, they do reference the DC characters numerous times throughout. I remember there was one where it was an interaction between Fujin and Raiden, where he remembers talking about a hero with a red cape.
Yes,
and one that looked like a bat.
Joker, obviously the Joker had a few lines. The Joker in MK11 had a few lines.
Yep, Joker was in it.
And in Injustice 2, Raiden and Sub-Zero are in it. And when Raiden, I think when Raiden, or is it Raiden or Sub-Zero? When they face Batman, Batman's like, "Oh, we're so glad you guys are back." So like I said, they do reference it in MK vs. DC and in Injustice and in MK11.
Yeah.
You know, one of the funniest complaints about Mortal Kombat versus DC is people were saying that the crossover doesn't make sense, but yet Marvel versus Capcom made total sense to these people.
Yeah, exactly. and at least MK versus DC had a legit story mode, where the story mode for Marvel versus Capcom,
Infinite
was terrible.
Yeah,
but I don't listen. But Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is one of my all-time favorite games, and I don't play those games for the story. I play it because Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is just that much fucking fun. I don't care about the fucking story.
I was very upset with the story because I thought it'd be kind of cool. But the problem is they kind of made it. They very much made it just a MCU promotion.
Yeah.
Guest starring Capcom characters.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
What it really was.
We had a cool idea of like Sigma merging with Ultron, which was a really cool idea. And plus, you get Jeddah, who's one of my favorite, another one of my favorite video game characters. And then he just put them all in all this. It's just heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But my number 5 favorite game, South Park: The Stick of Truth.
Excellent. We will play that on Twitch eventually. That's an excellent game. I had not played Fractured Butthole yet, but I did play Stick of Truth.
I never got a chance to play the second one, but I played through.
I played the second one. It's pretty damn good.
I like the Stick of Truth.
I gotta play those eventually.
I like it because it feels like Mario RPG as far as like the timing mechanics.
Yeah. Oh god, dude, you just took me back with Mario RPG. Hashtag bring back Gino.
We will be playing Mario RPG shortly. As soon as we beat, or as soon as MK11, as soon as we get through our MK11 story mode, we're gonna play our Mario RPG.
Dude, I'll be there for that because I fucking love that game. That's one of my favorite Mario games. We're probably
have to do it over the course of 3 streams. We'll probably do 3 4-hour streams to get it done.
Yeah, I remember we were talking about that. You and I pitched the idea of a potential Mallow and Gino spin-off for the Mario series.
I would like to see that timeline continue. Honestly though, I want to see Nintendo and SquareSoft need to kiss and make up, because I don't want to see any other. Nintendo and SquareSoft need to do it again. It has to be those two. Nobody else.
Yeah, it has to be.
Actually, what we really need is, we already had Mortal Kombat versus DC. We had Marvel versus Capcom. We need the Nintendo versus Image Comics.
Yeah.
Just because, why not?
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be an interesting thing. Spawn fighting Mario.
I would.
It's me, I'm Mario. Shut the fuck up and fight.
I love how Spawn. They had Keith David voice Spawn in MK11. That was great.
Yeah. Speaking of which, have you guys seen the video where YouTubers splice together footage of Spawn fighting Hellboy and seeing their interactions?
No, I have to check that out.
No, I have to look.
I will say this: it makes you wonder, why haven't we gotten a Hellboy Spawn crossover yet?
Yeah, both Hellboy.
And then I remind myself that the creators of Todd McFarlane and Mike, I forgot his last name. McNaught, I think his last name is. I'm not blanking on the top of my head, but I know that the creators do not like each other.
Oh, that's too bad.
Oh, Todd McFarlane doesn't get along with someone? That's shocking.
It's
he loves everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, guys, so we're approaching.
That new trailer's coming out. The new Spawn movie is going to be coming out pretty soon. Just give it time. I'll release it really soon. Then I'll buy my comics.
I mean, if we ever get a Spawn movie, I know Jamie Foxx has been attached to it, but I don't think it's ever going to happen, unfortunately.
Nah.
That Blade movie.
Oh, I laughed. I'm sorry. I saw as soon as that writer's strike happened. Listen, there's nothing wrong with the first two Blade movies. I enjoyed the third one, but I know
I love the first two Blade movies.
But listen, they're not gonna top Wesley Snipes. They're not.
Yeah.
As great as Mahershala Ali is, he's already 50. Wesley Snipes was 38 when he did the first one. Like, it's, I say just let it be.
Some motherfuckers just want to chase a dead franchise.
All right, guys, so we're getting close to 9:30 here, so we'll wrap things up here, but I want to give the floor to you guys one last time. Go ahead, promote Cryptic Collectors, and guys, everybody in the chat, please sub them up. Please check out their podcast. All the links are in the description of this video, but yes, guys, go ahead.
Yeah, please do. Okay. We really need it.
Yeah, we really need it. We're lonely people. We need your money. We're poor people here. But anyways, I guess I'll start us off here. But of course, you can check us Cryptic Collectors out on Facebook, YouTube, as well as several other podcast websites such as Spotfiy, RSS, and many other ones. And we're also on Amazon as well as Apple, Apple, so you can watch us on there as well. And as for myself, you can find me on Facebook. Just look up Ace Marrok on my page. Here and there, I upload artwork for new projects that I'm working on, and as well as, of course, share my stuff for Cryptic Collectors here and there. Hopefully, I have some projects I'm going to be working on in the near future, and hopefully be able to give you some updates on that eventually.
All right. Perfect. CrookedLore, anything you want to add to that before we call it a night here?
Yeah. You can find me on my Facebook page, CrookedLore, just simply CrookedLore. And I also have a YouTube channel I don't really do much on, but you can still check it out, which is called CrookedLore Productions. But if you really want to be entertained, I have a free webcomic on Webtoons, a horror comedy called The Crooked Panda Is Not So Scary, Crooked Cat Girl. It features a lot of the urban legends we actually talk about on the podcast. And I even have a light novel-style illustrated book called God's Wrath, Tournament of the Vine. I'm 2 books into it, and book 3 will be out hopefully by the end of the year.
Yeah, and I highly recommend those books too. Great reads, all of them.
Excellent. And let me just reiterate, if we wouldn't have these guys on the channel if we didn't absolutely love their work. So yes, I just want to vouch for you guys. Please subscribe to Cryptic Collectors. Listen, these guys are dynamite. They are hilarious. If you're a fan of like unsolved mysteries and science fiction and like urban legends, as well as like your classic sci-fi movies and whatnot, these guys got you covered. They have 3 episodes available right now on different urban legends and adaptations that follow. So absolutely check them out. And 4th episode's on the way, right?
Yeah, 4 episodes.
You're just saying that because we know where you live.
But yes, currently we may have some scheduling issues when it comes to the 4th episode, but we are currently at least getting started on at least watching it so we can get ready to record and give our opinions on it. It may take us a little bit of time because from our end, we've been going through a lot of new scheduling issues when it comes to jobs and such. So there's no telling when exactly we're going to be doing it, but hopefully maybe we could squeeze out something around this month. No guarantees, though.
Absolutely. And now I got a question for you guys real quick. Putting you on the spot. Is there merch coming?
Well, we've thought about that. We have thought about potential t-shirts, of course, the logo that we have potentially being one of them.
I would totally rock that shit. I would totally rock a white Cryptic collector shirt, even though I'm very self-conscious when it comes to white because I'm afraid I'm going to spill ketchup on it. But I would totally rock a white Cryptic collector shirt, or better yet, a black one with the white lettering or something. That way, if I do
we have the variant. We have a variant version of it, so yeah, we could easily do that. That's not a problem.
I'm just trying to speak into existence because I would totally rock that fucking merch.
Yeah, one shirt that we definitely got to do is the Broadway Legend of Boggy Creek musical T-shirt, because we already agreed that we're gonna do that one as a T-shirt.
Yeah. Another one which I still love is our 3 characters throwing the legendary squonk around like a ball.
Yeah, that was one of them. I forgot about that one.
Here's what squonk looks like. Imagine a pig and a pug mixed together, and it's constantly crying because it's so ugly. That's the actual story of the creature.
And I guess shameless, but yeah, once again, check out Cryptic Collectors. But we got merch too, everybody. Again, check out the NerdCage Live merch. Link in the description. It's our TeePublic. Again, we got. I'm gonna full screen myself real quick. Again, for you kaiju fanatics, I know you guys are out there. We got the kaiju shirt. Where's my gods? There. And of course, just because I fucking love King Kong. And yeah, and we got more designs and more designs on the way. I mean, we got this very recognizable website design, not for the kids, because I don't want that coming back on me. It's our 2nd most sold shirt, by the way. Now, it's too dangerous.
I would say it would be your first most well sold shirt.
We got, again, with Brian Glenn on the way, we definitely have some Mortal Kombat gear. Mortal Kombat 1 Fatality. Mortal Kombat 2 Fatality. For you MCU fanatics. Mortal Kombat Arcade Marquee. I'm proud of this one. Took me forever to get right. Cool. And of course, this doesn't represent the Triforce. This represents the 3 hosts of Cryptic Collectors. They are the Triforce. And of
the difference is that will be different colors.
Our top selling shirt, the regular logo with the strength of geek knowledge on the back, so you can fucking flex your shit, But yes, all right, Joe, tell them about Tuesday and Thursday.
All right, on Tuesday we are going back to Metroid Prime Remastered, and then on Thursday we'll have another feture of that as well, right, Jay?
Yes, we'll go 8.
So we're gonna go twice this week.
8 to 10 on Tuesday and Thursday. And I don't have the thumbnail ready, but we're gonna be playing Mortal Kombat 11 story mode on Friday. That'll be at 5 o'clock Eastern because Joe's got to work that night. And then Joe, tell him about the 2 live streams we did with Shaq.
All right, we did the live streams of the video games that age well, followed by the video games that age badly.
Yes. The Jill Sandwich Shop live stream has been postponed because yesterday Umbrella called in Tacho Beardo into work.
Yeah.
So we'll announce when we have a new date ready. We'll announce that. Joe, tell them about not this coming Thursday, but next Thursday, the 18th.
Yes, on the 18th, we'll be giving away our Xbox Series X on the live stream with Fisk Vegas and Shaquille Oatmeal of the Round 1 podcast. We will be talking the best games of each decade.
Yes, and then finally, again, if you haven't heard the news, on May 25th, Joe!
Brian Glenn, the original Shao Kahn, will grace us with his presence And so get your questions ready.
Absolutely. And at some point, I'll go back to Hades. I don't know when. But again,
yeah,
guys.
one more thing.
Yes.
One more thing.
Oh, social media.
Within the next week, keep on the lookout because I just finished Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and I will be releasing a rapid review of that. So look out for that.
Yeah, 0 out of 10 from Joe.
0 out of 10, worst movie ever. Star Wars, get the fuck out of my house.
Just messing, but yeah. Joe, plug in social media and we'll let it be.
All right. If you want to get us on Twitter or Instagram, both handles are at nerd_cage. Our link to our Discord is in the description, so become a member there as well. And our Facebook discussion group that is NerdCage Nation. We love everything you guys put up there. No spoilers, no politics, and for God's sakes, keep it civil.
Yes, believe me, the troll hammer is a real thing, so.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yes, from our dear friends at Cryptic Collectors, I have one question. I'm putting you motherfuckers on the spot. Would you guys like to come back on NerdCage Live sometime?
Whenever we can, because I would love to come back. And it doesn't even have to be based around based around urban legend and cryptids. We can talk about other shit. I'd love to be on this chat, and of course.
He's saying that. Yeah, I feel like I'm obligated to come back because you know Shao Kahn. That kind of scares me. But.
Let's be fair, you've been wanting me on this show for a while now, so it was only a matter of time.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, we appreciate you guys in the community. We see you guys' posts and comments. We appreciate having you guys on board. Again, to all of NerdCage Nation, please subscribe to Cryptic Collectors. That being said, we please ask you to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and spread that shit like urban legends. So USA from yours truly, Syracuse, New York, somewhere in Ohio, and Staten Island, New York City. To all our friends around the world at NerdCage Live and NerdCage Live Gaming, and of course, Cryptic Collectors. Enjoy life. Stay safe. Eat your vegetables. Do your push-ups. Go to the gym. Keep nerding out with your cocks out. And of course, good night. And we'll see you Tuesday on Twitch.
Good night.
And stick around for these awesome promos, motherfuckers, and get trapped in the cage.
Finish him. I am Shao Kahn. Bow to me. Feel the power of Shao Kahn.
That's right, NerdCage Nation. Mark your calendars for Thursday, May 25th at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time as Brian Glenn, the original Shao Kahn for Mortal Kombat 2 and 3, guest on NerdCage Live.
After 3 years of running NerdCage Live, we hit our milestone of 1,500 subs. So, Joe, you know what that means?
It's giveaway time.
Yes, we will give away the Xbox Series X to one lucky winner on Thursday, May 18th during our live stream with Fist Vegas and Shaquille Oatmeal.
US and Canada only, so here's how to enter.
Send an email with your full name in the subject line to nerdcagelive@outlook.com.
And if you screenshot sharing the channel using hashtag NerdCageLive on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, we will give you a second entry.
You have until 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday, May 16th to enter.
We will pick the winner live and we will email the winner, and you have 48 hours to reply back with your full shipping information or will be forced to draw again.
The 2 Amazon cards will be emailed electronically. Share, like, comment, and good luck, NerdCage Nation.
NerdCage Live and Gaming are a perfect match.
Shoot the J, Joe.
Okay.
Shoot it!
All right!
Over on NerdCage Live on Twitch, Jay and Joe go live.
Call me Bazooka Joe.
It's all about you.
Kaboom!
playing both old school and new school games every Tuesday night. Ooh, what a sight!
Jay, stop looking at her face and run.
But she's so beautiful.
So be sure to follow NerdCage Live on Twitch.
Run for your life, Joe. Run for your life, Joe.
Running.
Run faster. Oh no, Joe, the galaxy's doomed because of you.
To scratch your gaming itch.
Oh, nice kick, Joe.
Thank you.
Yo, that's diabolical. Wait. Yo!
That's twitch.tv/NerdCage Live.
Ooh, trying to get out of the nerd cage, are ya? Well, before you go, hit that subscribe button. And if you're really intrigued, ring that bell. Thank you for dropping by. Until next time, tell everyone you know about NerdCage Live!